Thanks, Chase. Much obliged. Appreciate you. And now that we're back with the RDF podcast here in Moab, Utah, and I'm really excited because we've done some podcasts already today, and this is like officially the last one, but it should have been the first one because you're the first one that we actually contacted today, but it just worked out that they showed up first. But I'm excited about this one because
you saved the best for last.
I did. We got Matt from Bleepin Jeep. I have been watching you guys' Jeep videos for a very long time, and I'm not 100% sure, and I'm not going to claim it, but I've watched so many of them that I've actually fallen in love with the old school Cherokees again, and like the old school body style of off-road rigs. I went one direction for a long time, and I'm like, I want the newest and latest and greatest and the Broncos and all this, you know, like I wanted all those good stuff. And you guys build some of the coolest, like retro looking off-road rigs. And I don't know if that's like your goal at all. I mean, you can totally tell me, but I just love everything you guys build. And the newest one, and the one that Chase commented on just the other day when we saw it, when you were going through the hot tub with your trailer, I'm going to let you explain it, but that thing is wild.
I think more factual is I build shit boxes because I can't afford JKs or JLs or anything like that. But yeah, started out with the Cherokee, started the channel back in 2010. So it's been a long, wild ride. But what you're talking about is my Comanche. It's an 86 Jeep Comanche. It's got the stripe package, and it's all original. It was a 2-wheel drive when I bought it. $400.
Oh, big spender.
Right. So I bought a $400 Comanche, and I bought a $10,000 CJ that had a 5.3 LS motor in it, a truck motor. And I combined them together. It's actually a pretty cool story, but Ian Johnson called me up and he goes, hey, we're going to be riding in Moab, filming a TV show, but we all have to have Comanches. Do you want to build a Comanche? And I was like, Ian, that's in a month and a half. and he was like, yeah. And so I said, okay, sure. So I got to build, and I mashed these two Jeeps together and came to Moab, and he was going to build that Comanche, which I think it's been like 8 years now, and he still hasn't finished it. So showed up with my Comanche, and he was nowhere to be found. Ian,
dang it, Ian.
But anyway, we've got a matching trailer now. So we cut a Jeep Cherokee in half and made a gooseneck trailer out of it. And so if you can imagine this big gooseneck that comes over the top and it connects to the roof, not the bed or the back where it would typically connect. So the cool thing with that is you can spin the truck around 360 degrees and you can point it any direction and you'll never hit the trailer. And the cool thing about that is you can push it if you want. You can, fine tune where you want to put it. You can spin it around behind you. And it wasn't enough just to do that. We needed steering because where we're at, we have trees, unlike here in Utah. So had to put electric hydraulic steering on it, and now we can just take it anywhere. Through the hot tub, we did tater salad the other day. Every obstacle that we could think of here in Moab that we could get to, we took it there.
That's so crazy to see. We've watched the video probably 10 times, and you don't even really notice the steering on the trailer unless you're looking for it. You see you kind of drop off into the hot tub, and I'm sure you've got plenty of other videos, explaining it in detail. But to the normal eye, I caught it because I'm an off-road guy, right? And I was like, dude, the trailer's steering. Like, I had no idea that was the case. I've seen pictures of the rig prior, right? And I never really dug into it too crazy, just because I haven't watched like the last videos of your guys' stuff. I've been going like a crazy person trying to do my own videos, and I'm super pumped to see that thing out here, dude. That thing is amazing. All right, everybody, I want to give a quick shout out to CT Raceworks. CT Raceworks makes the baddest parts in the industry, including the parts that Kyle Chaney uses to win the 2025 King of the Hammers 4400 race. Now, if you would like to use those same parts feel free to go over to CT Raceworks and use the Our Day Off discount code, and that will get you a 5% discount on your entire order at any time. So that's Our Day Off discount code upon checkout. Back to the show.
All the videos of the trailer are going viral right now, so we're just trying to do as many like short form vertical videos of it doing obstacles as we can. But yeah, everybody wants us to put drive on it now, which I don't think we need drive because it just goes anywhere as is.
Yeah.
But having the steering option really helps you maneuver it, and you can, like when you turn the truck, you can turn the trailer to match you. So it just acts like as a single vehicle rather than, when you turn a typical trailer, they kind of jackknife or whatever.
Have you got it on the road and been driving straight and then dog walk the trailer out next to you?
Yeah, you can do that, but you got to be careful. We have a lockout actually if we get on the highway, because if you were to accidentally hit the remote on the highway and that thing swings 10 feet out to the side, that wouldn't be good.
Golly, that would be crazy. So did you get the idea from the old VWs?
Yeah, so it was the El Chico in 1974. Everybody gets this wrong, but it wasn't Volkswagen. It was a prototype from a company that actually turned out to be those metal trailers now that are all aluminum.
Starstream or Airstream?
Airstream, yeah. So before they were called Airstream, I forget the name of the company, but that was a prototype trailer that they built, and they put it on Volkswagen, and they did a little commercial for it. They only made a few of them. But yeah, I saw that video as a kid, and I was like, oh, that would be sweet. And so all these years, it's just been in my brain knocking around, and I was like, I got to do that for a off-road version.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be the first one to do it. It's got to be one of one, right? As far as an off-road version.
I've seen, there's like a prince in Abu Dhabi who has something similar to that, but he just takes it out in the sand,
Really?
So it's not, and it doesn't have steering. But I thought I was the first one, and then somebody sent me that video, yeah.
Dang, that is kind of wild to think about. In Abu Dhabi?
I actually had a prince yesterday ask me how much I would sell it to him for. I told him $200,000.
Be careful what you wish for.
I know.
I think some
I
of
would
those
be
dudes,
so sad if somebody bought it.
But would you? I mean, yeah, I think you've got a lot of time invested in that thing, and it is one of a kind. As far as being here, no one else in Moab's got one. I can tell you that.
$200,000 though. I don't know.
You can build another one.
Yeah.
Build probably a couple.
I could probably build 3 of them.
Probably build a couple of them. Well, those guys over there are doing some wild things doing off road. Have you seen those dudes? They do like I think they're like Toyota motors. I don't know what they are, but they're like forerunners.
The hill climbs?
The hill climb ones, and they're like on the rev limiter. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would build that, but whatever.
That's what they got. You wheel what you got.
That's true. If you got sand hills, you build sand dunes, sand rails, and sand cars, I guess. So pretty wild. So you've been exploring the off-road world through YouTube. Did you off-road? What came first? What was the first? Was it if you just always off-roaded and then it just kind of snowballed into YouTube? How's that all work?
Yeah, so when I was 16, I had, a little bit of money for a car, and I knew I didn't want a car. I wanted a truck or something cool. I wanted a K5 Blazer actually, but they were way too much. I didn't have enough money. So it was either with my budget, I had a Ford Bronco 2 or a Jeep Cherokee. And I just landed on Cherokee. I found it back in the day. They had magazines, and you'd look through there. You didn't know what it was like until you went and, and bought it. But ended up with a Jeep Cherokee, Valentine's Day, 1998. And ever since then, I've just been hooked. Got into the Jeep community, 4-wheel drive club. And, all the Jeep community people are super great guys. And they just brought me in, and I went from there.
Now, so the YouTube was a way to make off-roading your job.
Yeah, it was always my hobby. But then I used to be a photographer, wedding photographer, and I started doing YouTube on the side. And then after about 5 years, I was like, I'm making more money on YouTube than I am doing weddings. So
perfect.
I think I'm going to quit.
That's the dream. That's probably the best day.
I hated doing photography.
I can only imagine, especially for weddings.
Yeah, I mean, photography is great, but wedding photography and that. Oh man, my stomach would churn just thinking about it.
Yeah, I love shooting photos. I'm new to it to a point, but I do love it, and I could not imagine trying to shoot someone's wedding. I've been to multiple weddings where there was photographers, and I'm just like, no, thank you. That is not my cup of tea.
And that's with digital now, where you can look at the back of the screen and like, oh, that looks pretty good. When I started, it was film, so you didn't know if it was a good photo until 2 weeks later.
Nothing like rolling the dice on that one.
Yeah.
God, I wouldn't want that pressure. No, thank you. No, thank you. Well, I'm glad you're here anyway. I'm glad you were able to fall in love with off-roading, get the bug like the rest of us, and then it led you here because you're building some really wild stuff. Do you have like over the years a favorite build?
Yeah. My original Jeep kind of turned into a Raisin over the years. It was a beautiful 88 Jeep Cherokee that was gray, and I painted it like this metallic green. I had, built a snorkel and sliders, and I think I worked my way up to like 36-inch tires. But then when I moved to East Tennessee, I started wheeling and hanging out with guys that were on 44-inch tires and doing crazy buggy stuff. And over a few years, my Jeep, every time I would get a dent in it, I would paint that dent black. Eventually, the whole thing was black. And we called it the Raisin. And I was so sad because it was such a beautiful Jeep at one time. So I wanted to make a new one. And so I scrapped that one. I kept a bunch of the pieces. But when I built the Scorpion Crawler, which is my current XJ buggy, I took the steering wheel and the sun visors. And those are still from my original Jeep that I bought in 1998.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So how many do you have right now? How many off-road rigs?
I don't know, maybe like 12 or something.
Oh, okay. So just a couple. Just a couple. We pulled my JK in here to just stick it behind the pod to have a vehicle back there. And he's like, couldn't you put a shit box in here? I was like, dude, it is. I paid $9,000 for that.
That's too much.
No, it's not. You just told me you paid $10,000 for something you tore apart.
Yeah, but that was to make a rock crawler.
Well, whatever. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. So that's my kind of plan with the JK is I've had all sorts of different off-road rigs, buggies. I just actually sold a buggy with 43s. It was an X Ultra 4 4400 car. Then we switched it to single shock and then wheeled that all over the place. I had it out here last year and I just sold that. And then I picked this up just on a marketplace deal. Because I wanted some creature comforts. I wanted to be able to wheel and be able to have the AC on, and like roll the windows up and have some fun wheeling because, I think you get a little older and eventually you realize that wheeling when it's going to rain tomorrow is not nearly as fun in a buggy when you could be in that and have the heat on or the AC on when it's really hot.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I know most people don't. But what I will say is I found that thing cheap enough and my plan with it is I'm not going to mod it. I bought it the way it is, other than wheels and tires in the front bumper. It had the lift, it had all the stuff on it. I'm just gonna wheel it, and as it breaks, I'm gonna upgrade those things that break. I'm not gonna like ton swap it. I'm not gonna do coilovers. I'm not gonna do long arm. I'm just gonna as it goes, right? I mean, I already bent the lower front arm on the passenger side this week, so that's bent. So maybe we'll long arm it. I don't know. But I'm going to slowly upgrade it.
That's a slippery slope, though, because if you feel like you need 1 tons, you're just going to ramp it off of a 10-foot ledge and be like, oh, man, the axle broke.
But I'm videoing it. You betcha. You betcha. Well, we've done some pretty fun trails. We did Cliffhanger. We did Moab Rim. We did Hell's Revenge. What else did we do? I think there was like one more. Yeah, a little bit of slick rock stuff. We did the hot tubs and all that good stuff with this. So, and it's a Rubicon, so it's got lockers. So it goes pretty much anywhere I want it to go, especially with side-by-side sticky tires. But I want to pull the Raisin.
That's cheater. That's a cheater mode.
It's a cheater mode, but I want to pull the Raisin game. Like, I'm not worried about body damage. I'm trying to keep the windows in it. I don't care if that does happen, but I just want to keep wheeling it like you did with your Cherokee over time. I'm not going to paint it. I'm just going to leave it.
It's already black.
I'm just gonna leave it. I've already got a bunch of rocker rash from that wasn't even from here. We didn't even get that here. That was already on there from Hammers. We had it out at Hammers. We did Chocolate Thunder. We went down Sledge. Did all sorts of fun stuff in it, and it does great. And we had to put skid plates on it because I broke the transfer case. But there's still JB Weld right now holding the transfer case together. So
Eventually, the frame will fall apart so much that you're just going to have to scrap it like I did with the Raisin.
probably it'll get to a point where it's just not savable anymore, and we'll have to just get rid of it. But that's my plan with it. I don't know if it'll get to there, but we backed out of one trail. We went up to Moab Rim, and there's like one V notch up there. If you go around and go to the second viewing area, there's a V notch now that someone's kind of burned in through there, and it's kind of on the trail. I don't know how that works here, but I pulled into it. There's tire tracks all through it. And I pulled into it, and it started to drop off on the passenger side. And I was like, ooh, day one? I don't know if I want to pull that, but I would like to do this trail because it's gnarly, and I think it could do it. It's just one side or the other, depending on which side I favor, it's gonna get the doors.
You just need to bring a gooseneck with a backup Jeep.
Well, I know. Or just commit and keep beating the crap out of this thing. That's my goal. So we've been wheeling it though. We've been out to Area BFE today, and we went through all the trails on Racecourse and did a bunch of camera work out there with this. So it's been kind of the family hauler over this week. So
Sweet.
it's working good. It's working good. How's your week been going at Easter Jeep?
Good. We brought the banana peel, which is the little TJ buggy that we just competed with at the Matt's Off-Road Games, and the trailer's been getting all the attention, but the banana peel is running circles around that thing, and it doesn't get the views or the attention, but it is super cool. So the banana peel, if you guys don't know,
explain the bad boy.
Is a Jeep TJ, and it was yellow to start with, but we took the body off, and you basically just straddle the transmission, and your gas pedal is on the right, your brake is on the left. You're sitting on the transmission like a horse, and the steering wheel's right in the middle. We started out with a single-seater, super lightweight, just enough tubes to protect you from killing yourself, but otherwise, that's about it. You got a motor, you got a steering wheel, and then when we did the Matt's Off-Road Games, we had to have 2 people sitting in it, so we put another seat in it, but the seat is behind, but it's so close that you have to it's like riding a motorcycle or a jet ski. You're just like holding the guy in front of you his waist or whatever. And we have rear steer on it, but the rear steer, this was a $5,000 budget build, so we bought a VVOR pump, electric hydraulic pump, like you would use on a lift, and made that work for the rear steer. And we just took a Dana 30 out of a Cherokee and put it in the back, and we didn't bother to center up the chunk or anything. It's just offset, so the drive shaft's going like this, and it works great. The rear driver, we've got a little remote that's on a tether, so the front driver can do the rear steer, or you can hand that to the back guy and have him do the rear steer while you're just focusing on the front.
That's kind of crazy, right? You got to trust that guy. That's a cool. Why are we? Is it yellow still?
It is yellow. Well, we painted the frame yellow.
Okay.
And it still has the grill and the tailgate.
Gotcha. So, Matt's Off-Road Games. What's that about? I thought that was like a recovery thing.
Started the first year was off-road recovery, and then he's changed it to the off-road games. But you basically show up in a $5,000 jalopy Jeep, and you're partnered with another YouTuber that you don't know, who's maybe not even in the automotive space, and you teach him over the course of, we had an hour to teach Carter Scherer how to drive this thing. And at first I thought, man, he's going to be so freaking slow, because the first time we went out, he was super nervous about it. But then Josh had a talk with him right before the race, and he was like, just send it like it doesn't matter if you break it or not, because we'll fix it. And he sent it, and we were flying through that course, and we did the whole course in 4 minutes and something, and took first place.
No way.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks.
That's badass. So you had to teach someone who's never off-roaded, but he's not even in the off-road space?
He's in the Mr. Beast kind of space.
Okay.
And then he started this new car channel, but he's got Lamborghinis and stuff.
Gotcha. Supercar stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting concept. See, yeah, I thought that the off-road games was always wrecker based. You had to have some sort of a wrecker to compete in it, because I think that's the big show, right? That's what everybody kind of
Yeah,
goes there for.
we built a wrecker 2 years ago and took it there out of a Jaguar, and that was cool. People really liked that. But no, they moved from off. Well, they still do have the wrecker, so it's like dual purpose now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool. And that was at Sand Hollow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do they do that there every year?
Yep.
In the same place?
Yep.
Because that's where he's from.
Yeah.
Is
Hurricane.
the Sand Hollow area. Who's the wrecker guy that's here? Isn't there a wrecker guy that
Rory.
does YouTube?
Rory.
That I knew
Tomater.
it was, and that's just down the street. The Tomater place is it's towards BFE, I think, on the other side of the road.
Yeah, it's not too far from
It's
here.
not too far. I think we've passed it, and it rung a bell when we passed it. So I don't know. That's a cool concept too. I'd love to build a wrecker someday. Have you seen? I don't think you probably. Do you know who Paul Wolf is? The Ultra 4 racer.
Mm-mm.
He's got a really cool truck that we've been out with him this past week wheeling with him, and he's got like an old square body Chevy, full size Chevy with, I think it's got a 60 and a 14 bolt in it, some hydro steer, but it's cheap build, you know. And that thing, it's been going through some shit. Like he's done everything everybody else has done. I don't think I've even seen him pull winch ever. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's like my pet peeve of mine is when you get a new guy that's never wheeled anything before and he just starts off with $150,000, JL or something.
Yeah.
It's like, I try to be nice about it, but I told this guy the other day, I'm like, I really prefer to see somebody start off in a Cherokee with no lockers, 30s or 31s, because it really teaches you things that you don't know that you even need to be taught, like line choice. And there's so many things, throttle control, all these things that you don't get when you just start out with a Hellcat,
Right.
And it's like, then they're just mashing the gas to get up everything, and it goes because that's what it's meant to do.
Right.
But you can learn so much just by starting in a Cherokee.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. That's my entire off-roading beginning is my friends, we were going into freshman year of high school, and I was driving a old what was it? S10. I was driving a Chevy S10, dual drive, Chevy S10. Again, always loved off-road. I've raced dirt bikes before that, so I've loved off-road everything. So I knew I wanted something four-wheel drive, and my grandma was going to be trading in her Jeep Cherokee to get a new vehicle because I had like 40,000 miles on it or something. It was like no miles. It was mint condition Jeep Cherokee. Mint. It was that like the teal color Jeep Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
And so I convinced her to sell it to me instead of trade it in because I wanted something four-wheel drive. I don't think it was 48 hours and I had it buried in mud hole. It had never even been off-road. I don't know that she had ever even engaged the four-wheel drive in the entire time she'd owned it. And so that was my introduction to off-road, like real off-roading. And then I've now, since that Cherokee, I think I've owned 8 Cherokees. And
So you're the reason all the Cherokee prices went up so sky high?
I'm the reason. I'll claim it. If that's what it's going to take, I'll claim it. But the Cherokees are through and through my favorite off-road vehicle. I've had Grand Cherokees. The last Cherokee I owned was a Grand Cherokee, and I took a Sawzall and I made it a convertible. Cut the top completely off of it, took my excavator and just ripped the top off of it, did a little video of that. And I drove my kids around for an entire summer in a Grand Cherokee with no top.
Nice.
Yeah. And then my buddy crashed it and pulled the front axle out of it. And now it's sitting in the field. So that was the last Cherokee. So I don't know. We'll get another Cherokee. I've actually been thinking about getting one for my daughter. My daughter's turning 16 this year. So she already has a vehicle to drive. But what I do want to do is I want to get her first off-road rig, and, some cheap beater, and just say, all right, we're going to go, because we're East Coast. So I'm going to go to Badlands, and we go to Badlands all the time. So Badlands and Harlan and all the, Moab or Windrock and all those great trails that are super close to us within a couple, 7 hours of driving, which is nothing now. We drive across the country all the time. So
Cherokee, but great. But you ought to make her drive it to school too, just to embarrass her.
I don't think she'd be embarrassed. Yeah, they're great. My daughters are awesome. They both ride dirt bikes and drive side by sides, and they love hanging out and doing the dirty life. She's begging me to let her drive my dually. I've got a silver Dodge Ram 2014 dually that I've had forever. It's got 420,000 miles on it. I love that truck, and she's begging me for that truck. So if that gives you any idea, I don't think she'd be too embarrassed with a Cherokee. But who knows? I don't know. We'll see if I can find something. I want to get her into it, get them into it.
Yes.
I think they'd like it. I think they'd like not having the fear of, Like you don't have to care. Like you can hit the tree. You know, you can lean the body in the tree and rub it down. You know, that's the fun part.
People always ask me why Cherokees wheel so well compared to other stock vehicles, and it's because the uniframe flexes. You get more flex out of it.
It definitely does flex. That is it's a drawback, really. I don't know that I would agree with it being a good thing, but you're probably right. You do get a little extra flex out of the frame.
Everybody wants the flex. We get all the flex with Cherokee.
That's true. That's true. We flexed a Cherokee so hard one time, it landed sideways and it flexed the unibody so hard that it kinked the body and blew the windows out.
Sounds about right.
Yep. That's the drawback to unibody. But well, I mean, you can see it in these too. When Chase was driving the other day, I was walking behind him just because I had to get out of the driver's seat. Sitting for so long really bugs I've got a hip issue, but that's beyond the point. I was watching the body flex on the body mounts. Like the body was peeling away from the frame as you were going down some of those drops. And I was like, oh, wow. It does flex a lot. You really don't notice it when you're inside the Jeep, but it's really taking a beating. So
they'll start to make noise and creak after a while.
Yeah, she's not creaking yet, which is amazing considering what we've put it through this week. So we'll see how long she lasts. I don't know. Anyway, we'll move on. What's next with Bleepin Jeep? What's the next rig? What's the next event? What do you got coming up?
We're gonna pivot back to the Jaguar, and I think we're going to put an automatic transmission in it, and we're going to put hopefully steer axle in the rear and wider axles front and rear, because so I built this Jaguar for the actually it was the Onyx build challenge, so it was a $20,000 budget build, and I wanted to do something crazy, so I bought a 1990 12-valve Dodge truck, and I knew I wanted to make a Cummins off-road rig of some sort. Never done one before, but I needed a car that would be able to handle the hood length of a 12-valve. So I found this Jaguar just randomly because it had a V12 at one time, and so it had a really long hood, and so I combined those together. But I also bought this Toyota to steal the axles off of, because it already had built Dana 60s. But what we didn't realize when we bought that was that somebody had narrowed the Dana 60s 8 inches already.
Oh, crap.
So then we ended up with like wheel spacers and all this stupid stuff. So now what I need to do is, now that the budget is all over and I can put more money than 20 grand into it, I'm going to go back to the drawing board and try to fix it right.
Gotcha. Are you going to stick with tons? Are you going to stick with 60s or?
I'd like to do 14 bolts front and rear with rear steer, and then the automatic transmission. I think it'll be more drivable. It drives really well out here in the desert when you have traction, but where we're at, it's just so big with all the trees, trying to dodge trees in this thing. It's massive. It's like a, mini monster truck.
Right. So you gotta have rear steer with that thing. And it's a wrecker, right?
Yeah.
So you almost have to.
Yeah, definitely needs a rear steer.
Yeah.
Probably needs bags too, because it's a wrecker, but I've only recovered, 2 people, and both times the shocks in the rear are just on the bump stops.
Just riding on frame.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have that when you're hauling a bunch of weight around on a Jaguar. But it's really just a Jaguar shell.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's got, if you haven't seen it, we cut it in half. So it's like a truck. It's a 4-door truck now. Yeah. And it still has all the interior and stuff. It's really nice on the inside, actually. Leather, and got nice PRP seats, and
plush.
All the dash is still there and everything. So it's still a Jag.
Yeah, I've not seen it in person. I've seen it on video. It's really cool. I want to see it in person. Is it here? No, you just brought the banana peel and
the trailer and the Comanche.
The Comanche. How long are you here? How long are you here the rest of the week?
Leaving tomorrow. Flying out tomorrow.
Oh, you're leaving tomorrow? Dang, I was hoping to see it in person. But oh well, we're gonna be stuck at the racetrack tomorrow, so I can't come see it,
Bummer.
Which is a bummer. Not a bummer for me because we're gonna be at the racetrack, but also I would really like to see that in person.
Well, if you know of we'll ask the audience too. I need a 60 by 60 concrete pad to take my trailer out with the Comanche. I've done it on gravel, but it was kind of on a hill. But what I want to do is find a concrete pad that's big enough to do donuts with the Comanche, because the trailer will sit there and just go back and forth while I'm doing donuts under the trailer, which is going to be super rad if we can ever pull that off.
Yes. Please, somebody, if you're listening, let's make this happen. And I want to see it. I have to see that. Yeah. Chase wants to film it.
Yeah. So we need drones. We need 360 cameras, because that would be super viral if I could pull it off.
Yeah. I can't believe you can't find that. Let's just go to a parking lot.
If you want to get arrested, sure.
I mean, that's you. That's what your friends are for. Yeah.
More viral if you get arrested.
Well, I mean, it's been proven time and time again that does work.
The problem with parking lots is windows. So that thing will sling rocks, 300 feet or so.
Good point. Well, I hope that happens, and I hope that gets filmed, because I want to see it. I want to see it. Absolutely. Well, listen, this has been an absolute pleasure to have you on here, sir. We randomly saw you the other night at the Easter Jeep Safari kickoff party, and he, not hours before that, showed me your video, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Bleepin Jeep. I've watched their stuff for a long time, coming up in the off-road stuff, just kind of getting more into it. And I was like, I've seen that build, not all the way through, but through its maturity. And he's like, that's insane. And when we walked up there, I was like, dude, the trailer guy you just saw? He's like, yeah. I was like, that's him. And he's like, let's go. We got to go talk to him. So it was really cool to run into you. An absolute pleasure to get to meet you in person and have you on the podcast. And I hope to do it again, because I'd like to come out to one of the events that you're doing, whether it's a record games or any kind of any of that stuff, because we're East Coast too. So he's Ohio, I'm Indiana, and I'd love to come hang out and maybe do some wheeling. I know I'll bring my expensive beater Jeep out.
Yeah,
chase you around.
You guys are not that far from me. I'm just in Knoxville, Tennessee. So
yeah, not that far at all. I rode some mountain bikes in Knoxville quite a bit, so down there all the time.
Anytime, let's do it.
Let's do it. That absolute pleasure having you. Look forward to the videos you are going to have in the future. Sounds like you got a few pretty badass builds coming up. So exciting stuff. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming on. It's the Our Day Off podcast here in Moab. Bleepin Jeep. Let's go. Back to the trails, Chase. Back to the trails. He did a video the other day of him laying on I'll have to show it to you. Did we show it to you?
Was it on Instagram?
Yeah. He was laying on the rock. Did I post it? I don't think I posted it, where he's laying on the rock. He's talking like Ozzy Osbourne. It's probably the funniest video we've...
No, I saw the one where you guys were staring down at the river or something like that.
Yeah, that one kind of went viral for some reason. I don't know why. I have no idea why that one worked. Well, I mean, in comparison to the other videos we did that were actually funnier.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you tag them? No. What? I tag them all the time. I don't think they've ever said anything.
Chase gets all these random, like, super famous people commenting on his stuff. And he's kind of a loser. So, just kidding. Love you. All right. Anyway, that's the end of that.